Hello friends, it's Dr. John WorldPeace coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico. New Mexico, home of the atomic bomb, the land of enchantment, home of the ETs. The title of this video is One Humanity, One World Human Society, One God. This is Dr. John WorldPeace JD, the independent maverick candidate for President USA 2028. I'm an independent voter, not a Republican or Democrat. I'm the only global advocate for peace and world peace in the world human society since Gandhi was assassinated in 1948, and I was born 3 months later, April 24, 1948. I'm also the only advocate for Jesus Christ per John 14:26. No Christian preacher or priest has challenged me on this since I changed my name in 1988. I'm a follower of the teachings of Jesus, but I'm not a corporate religionist of any stripe. My presidential credentials are at johnworldpeace.com, 43,000 pages. And my qualifications are there, and my Christian Jesus website is at kingofkingslordoflords.com. Now, everything I say in this video is below in a PDF file. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am, Lord. Send me." Dr. John WorldPeace JD, the only advocate for Jesus Christ, John 14:26, the only global advocate for peace and world peace. If I'm wrong, look around and tell me who's got this role. Friends, let me give you a foundational truth necessary to end the Trump presidency now by resignation or impeachment. Unless there is one individual human spokesman backed by all those who want Trump's resignation or impeachment, there will be no success. Presidents do not talk to protesters or little or big groups. Trump does not listen to Democrats because they lost the election. Tell me, which group has had an impact on Trump? None. All protests against Bush going into Iraq accomplished nothing. Millions of protests, choking the streets in Paris, no effect. One spokesman, John WorldPeace, or American democracy goes dark with Trump and his MAGA insurrectionist anarchist. Who can deny that over what's happened in the last 5 weeks? No one has my resume. I'm willing to debate anyone who challenges me. One more thing, absolute. No violence, no exceptions. You cannot establish peace with violence. Share this post. Friends, in 2016, I created my anti-Trump website, impeachpresidenttrumpusa.com, still online, being added to. The top of my website says that Donald Trump, as candidate for president, has taken the game plan of Adolf Hitler to turn Germany away from democracy to a dictatorship. Donald Trump is in the last stage of accomplishing his goal to turn America into a dictatorship. The following was a successful last phase of Hitler's game plan to establish his dictatorship. The mantra of Nazi Germany was one people, one nation, one Führer. My mantra, one humanity, one world human society, one God. Hitler effectively destroyed the civil service by passing the law of restoration of professional civil service on April 7, 1933, which systematically removed Jews and political opponents from government positions, essentially purging the civil service of anyone not aligned with Nazi ideology. This occurred shortly before he became chancellor in January 1933. Now, what I'm reading to you now is from Wikipedia. The law of restoration for the professional civil service, also known as Civil Service Law, Civil Service Restoration Act, and the law to reestablish the civil service, was enacted by the Nazi regime in Germany on April 7, 1933. This law, which followed Adolf Hitler's rise to power by 2 months and the promulgation of the Enabling Act by 2 weeks, constituted one of the earliest instances of anti-Semitic and racist legislation in Germany. The primary objective of the law was to establish a national and professional civil service by dismissing certain groups of tenured civil servants. Individuals of non-Aryan origin, particularly those of Jewish descent, were compelled to retire, while members of the Communist Party or affiliated organizations were to be terminated from their positions. Additionally, the law forbade Jews or non-Aryans and political opponents from holding positions as teachers, professors, judges, or within the government. Its reach extended to other professions such as lawyers, doctors, tax consultants, musicians, and notaries. Initially, the law sought the dismissal of all non-Aryan civil servants, but subsequent amendments were introduced to exempt World War I vets, individuals serving since August 1914, and those who had lost family members in the war. Trump's got a different group designated. Any person of color, any Democrat, you know the drill. This law represented a significant turning point for German Jewry, prompting notable figures such as Albert Einstein to resign and emigrate prior to being forcibly expelled. Another provision aimed to remove personnel deemed unreliable due to their political beliefs. The legislation defined Aryan lineage and established a distinction between Aryans and non-Aryans. It also included provisions for compulsory retirement and the requirement of providing evidence of Aryan ancestry. A series of related ordinances were issued to implement the law and introduce further regulations. Again, Trump has got a different group that he's targeting, but he's in the last phase. He's got the White House, he's got the courts, he's got the legislature, the representatives, he's got the Senate, and now he's coming at the civil service. He's trying to destroy that and create chaos and take over in a dictatorship. I will remind you that he told his followers that they would not have to vote after this election if he was elected. The Enabling Act, which supported the Civil Service Act, was a law that gave the German cabinet, and most importantly the Chancellor, Hitler, the power to make and enforce laws without the involvement of the Reichstag or President Hindenburg. by allowing the Chancellor to override the checks and balances of the Constitution. The Enabling Act marked the beginning of the transition from democratic Weimar Republic to the totalitarian dictatorship, Nazi Germany. Where do you think that Trump is going? It's perfect match. Go to my website, impeachpresidenttrumpusa.com. I've been saying this since 2016. There's 300, 400 articles there. Friends, the Trump plan is to make America a dictatorship of white racist governance. He has made war on the truth of DEI. He has made war on education. He has made war on the entire bottom strata of American society and promotes white Americans and white American billionaires. He has cursed the radical liberal left foundational message of Jesus Christ to feed the hungry, heal the sick, shelter the homeless, etc., or go to hell, red letter words right out of the Christian Bible, New Testament, Matthew 25:31. Donald Trump is an abomination to God and Jesus. The actions of Donald Trump's executive orders from day one of his presidency were to end all government support for the hungry, the sick, the homeless. MAGA Republicans and corporate Christian nationalists and Christian Zionists who support Trump are an abomination to God and Jesus. Wake up. If I'm a minority of one, the truth is still the truth. The day of reckoning for America, April 20th, 2025, Easter Sunday. Got a lot to do, folks. Contribute. All money goes to promote world peace. I live a minimal existence, no car, no assets, no house, I'm not homeless. I rent a place, but I have no home. I have no real estate. I have no bonds, stocks, savings, nothing for over a decade. Pretty much living what Jesus said. Focus on God, not money. My God is not money. Friends, we're at what in Texas they call the lick log. It's going to do or die. America is on the line, and nobody has been able to slow down Trump. But I can, I will. No one has my resume. Have a good day. It's Dr. John WorldPeace JD, coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico.